Welcome back to The Cabin Podcast. I'm Andrea Belke.
And I'm Megan Christian.
The Cabin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Counties Association and the WCA Group Health Trust. Hope you all had a great Valentine's, Galentine's, Palentine's.
Oh my gosh, I can't. The Josh right in here.
Yeah. Last week we talked a little bit about things going on for Valentine's Day. This week we wanted to focus on some of the quirky sayings, some of the cool little tidbits from Wisconsin that makes our state so unique. I'm curious, Megan, what is the most Wisconsin thing about you?
Probably my voice, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, like my O's are very O. And
yeah.
I get that a lot from people, especially because my boyfriend came from South Carolina. And so every time I would go there, they would always point it out to me. And I'm like, you literally say bowl instead of boil. Like, this is not okay. But I would say my voice. What do you think about you?
I think yours is that you go to Culver's every week.
Yeah, that's true. And Quick Trip. Religious Quick Trip goer, too.
I would say mine, the fact that, I mean, it's very cliche, but I love cheese, but I'm also lactose intolerant. So the fact that I'm always stocked up with Lactaid.
Yeah.
Which is not a sponsor of ours, by the way.
But if you want to, give us a ring. Yeah, that's funny. Dude, the cheese drawer in my house is so stocked right now. It's awesome.
So stocked.
So stocked.
Well, for this topic, we thought we would bring in someone that you might have seen online. If you follow Wisconsin accounts or you're on social media, you might have seen her videos. She's popping off lately. We have Midwest Meg in the cabin. Megan Voss is your full name, right?
Yes.
Yes. But I know you as Midwest Meg.
That's my name now, so yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched Meg's videos, she starts every video with, oh, hey there, Midwest Meg here. And it's actually my favorite thing ever because immediately I'm locked in.
Oh, good. That's good feedback. Thanks.
How did you get started with this whole Wisconsin social media deal?
Kind of accidentally, like it was not planned. So I had been like posting on TikTok mainly for a while, like just different, I don't know. I wanted to be a content creator, but I didn't really know what like my niche was going to be. I thought like, I'm a mom. Maybe I'll just like have this mom account or something. And wasn't really, I don't know. I was growing a little, but like hardly and not getting a ton of interactions. And I had posted a couple, like 2 videos just saying that I was from Wisconsin, and I started getting followers and engagement. So I posted some more and just, I don't know, it's like I must be onto something, that this is a thing, and it hasn't stopped growing since.
Yeah. I mean, you post, like, how many videos?
I post so much. Oh my gosh. On a good day, I'm posting like 5 or more.
Videos a day? Wow.
The creativity is flowing within you.
Well, no, because I mean, it's so, I just like will rapid fire record in my car.
Yeah.
And then it's like, because it's just in my car, it's real quick and easy to edit.
Yeah.
And, you know, I get a lot of like my content from people messaging me or commenting, or it's just like random things that I think of. So I'm just like talking to myself. So I can just keep talking, and it's not as creative as you think, I feel like.
Yeah. I just don't know how you come up with that much a day. I guess people commenting, giving you ideas makes sense. What made you really want to get started with content creation in the first place?
Well, kind of 2 things. Number one, I think it's, you know, I'm a mom. I'm home with my little guy, and it's something that I could actually do while I can still be home with him, be a stay-at-home mom. And 2, I think if you get good at it and successful, you can make quite a bit of money. Yeah. So that was really the biggest like motivator of like, I want to figure this out.
Yeah. Well, I think the big thing for a lot of people is just starting. Because you feel kind of dumb sometimes, you know.
Totally.
Right now it's like when you post online, like there's this immediate reaction of feeling cringe. And I think that 100%. Keeps a lot of people back. But I think in a case like yours, or even doing stuff that we've been doing, like there's sometimes you feel kind of lame, but then you don't know what's over the mountain of cringe. Like you don't know what, because if you just can kind of erase that from your mind, you realize, wait, people actually are interested in this. And what's the worst case scenario? Someone scrolls by your video?
Well, and totally. And like, you don't, you know, when I see someone else online, I don't know them. I don't think they're cringe. So that gives me reassurance. Like, okay, they're not going to think I'm cringe. But I do think like when you start posting online for like friends or family or something, when they start seeing you online, it's a little cringy because they're not used to seeing you that way. So it's like, what is Meg doing? You know?
I kind of felt that way too because so my mom works in a school like with the teachers that I obviously grew up with, and they are always commenting to my mom like, oh, saw Megan on my Facebook from the cabin. And I'm like, oh, it makes me feel so weird that people are seeing me outside of a school setting. Do you ever feel that way when, you know, if someone publicly recognizes you? Are you ever like, oh, you saw me? Or are you like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, I love that?
Well, I've only been recognized a few times, and it was a few months ago. It was like back to back. I felt like, oh, did they like kind of the same thing, like did they like my stuff, like, but they seemed excited to meet me, so I'm like, okay, you must like it. But and also I feel like I'm like a goofy weird person, but I'm like extra weird by myself or when I'm recording, so I don't know, I feel like I need to like charm them or something in person. But
I know, isn't it weird?
The thing about Wisconsin is I feel like there's always going to be more topics. There's always these quirky phrases. I mean, obviously we're super biased. I don't know. Right. It's like we're just assuming other states don't have this, but they obviously do too.
They obviously do. It's just as Wisconsinites, we think that we're better because usually we are.
We are.
No, I was just at a family party and one of my cousins asked me, they're like, do you ever worry about running out of topics? I'm like, I don't know. Like for the cabin, I think we have enough ideas for at least another year.
There's always a part two.
There's always
a part two.
Yeah, because I feel like there are just so many quirky elements to being a Wisconsinite.
So many.
Yeah.
I have the biggest list of, and I'm constantly adding to it. And
where did you grow up in Wisconsin?
New Berlin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did you have a typical Wisconsin upbringing?
Well, what's a typical Wisconsin upbringing? I
guess I don't know.
Define it, Andrea.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
I feel like typical Wisconsin upbringing is kind of debatable. It depends on where you lived. You grew up on a farm.
I guess, yeah.
So that's your typical Wisconsin
Yeah, that's my
upbringing.
typical.
I did not grow up on a farm.
Did you grow up, I mean, going to supper clubs? Did you go to the fairs?
Yes. Not really supper clubs. There's not like a ton around New Berlin. I mean, there's some, but like it's not really supper clubs. We went to like the fairs and festivals. We didn't, I feel like going up north is like a big thing. We didn't have like a cabin or anything like that. I'd love to one day. I've never gone camping. I feel like that's like very un-Wisconsin of me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I didn't grow up that Wisconsin-y.
To be fair, I'm not a big camper, but I have gone, I think I've gone 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Hated it every single time.
I just had posted recently that I hadn't camped, and someone messaged me like, you should start a series like Midwest Meg Goes Camping. I was like, well, maybe glamping. Like, I don't know if I really want to camp, honestly.
I'm down for the glamping, but you will not catch me dead in a tent.
I did a lot of camping growing up. And we would just go camping out in our woods, like on the farm. So that was really fun.
Does that count?
We were in a tent.
Does it count as being in the wilderness?
We were in the middle of the woods. There's raccoons around us, deer.
How far was the walk back to your house?
Half a mile.
So you would go to the bathroom in the woods, or would you walk back?
Oh, yeah. We go to the bathroom. It is kind of funny now that I think about it. We would go camping, but a bunch of us, like my family, my aunts and uncles and their kids, and it would be at our pond, which was really only a half a mile from our house. But we would go to the bathroom in the woods.
Okay.
Squat down.
You just said a word that's a debatable, like the pronunciation is debatable.
What is it?
You said aunt. I say aunt.
I say aunt also.
Yeah.
I say aunt.
Yeah. Have you always?
Always.
Really?
Is that okay?
Aunt and
Gavin?
aunt. Gavin, what do you got?
Aunt.
Ooh.
Oh, where are you from?
Green Bay.
Okay.
So.
I don't know about that.
Aunt, it's
a bug.
I think of the bug.
Well, how do you say BAG? This is a big Midwest word.
So I used to say big. I had a very, very strong accent. And when I went to school for theater, my professor said, okay, if you want to work in acting or on TV, you're going to have to work on your regionalism. Because I had a very strong, oh, Mom, get the big. There was like a video of me at my high school graduation. And I go, Mom, get the big. And so mine was actually like very, very strong. So I actually worked to kind of make mine a little bit more neutral.
Yeah, because yours isn't now.
Yeah, I say bag.
I also say bag, and
I do too.
Yeah, but I say bagel and not bagel.
Well, yeah,
a lot of people in Wisconsin say bagel. Which
Really?
is, yep.
I say bagel.
It's interesting. I say bagel, though.
I think, so bagel is the correct, but when I changed bag to bag, then I always have to think before I say bagel, because I always want to say bagel.
That's what I'm saying.
Bagel.
I think a lot of people don't get that.
we should run through some of the quirky Midwest sayings. And I tried to do a little bit of research on where a lot of these sayings come from, but quite honestly, you can't really find too much. So we can kind of make our own guesses.
Okay.
But I think a big one is ope.
Yeah.
Is that something you always have said? Because I know you start your videos that way.
Yeah, I think it's always been part of my vocabulary. I mean, it's like, now I say it a million times a day.
Right.
Oh, hey there. But yeah, that's for sure always been in my I don't know where it came from.
Okay, I actually was able to find a story.
Okay.
Yeah, and it actually comes from a professor at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. That's where I got the story from. So his name's Joe Sammons. He's a linguistics professor at UW-Madison and the director of the university's Center for, long phrase, Study of Upper Midwestern Cultures. So according to him, Wisconsin's unique dialect didn't fully develop until mid-20th century, because until then, huge numbers of people were still speaking, Polish, German, Dutch, because those are all of the people that immigrated to United States in Wisconsin specifically, so those rather than English. But he said when you have a new community of English speakers form, it takes several generations for a dialect to sort itself out. Into the 1900s, southeastern Wisconsin and communities along Lake Michigan weren't predominantly English speaking, so a true Wisconsin accent is relatively new, like solidifying by the 1960s or perhaps earlier. But ope is a mix between oops, nope, and yep.
Oh.
Which is crazy because even when you think of nope, it's just no. We just added PE to it. Yep comes from yes or yeah, and we've just shortened it to yep.
Yeah.
Ope, nope. Like, it's a Wisconsin thing to add the PE or the P to the end of it, which is really interesting.
That makes sense, because if I'm saying oh, I'm usually saying oh, or
right.
oops.
Yeah.
Like
right.
I'm like oh, oh.
And it's the shortening of oops.
Yeah.
It's really interesting though, just to see how all these different languages kind of made us shorten our words. It's really interesting. But ope is a huge one. Do you ever, when you're saying ope after you say it, are you like, why did I just say that? Because sometimes I feel that way. Or I'm like, that was really, really Wisconsin.
Yeah, I catch myself when I say ope out in the wild. I definitely
Or if I say, oh, sorry, I feel like I'm way more aware of it now that I work for Discover Wisconsin than before I worked for Discover Wisconsin.
I actually just did a minute ago. I say all the time. And I like catch myself every time like, oh man, that was Wisconsin-y of me.
Yeah.
I'll have people like semi-frequently message or comment saying that like, we don't say ope in Wisconsin. Why do you say ope? I'm like, what do you mean? You're not a Wisconsinite then if you're not saying ope. And yes, we do.
I 100% agree because I've seen those comments on cabin stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I've never seen ope, or bubbler's another one. A lot of people are like, it is not called a bubbler. I'm like, you debate this, don't you?
Yeah. Well, no. Okay. So I feel, bubbler is another one.
Yes.
And bubbler, I was doing some research. It's also hard to trace back to why bubbler became a thing. But what I found was that, it's a water fountain.
Mm-hmm.
At least I actually do call it a water fountain. I think as a kid, when I was in high school and younger, I did say bubbler. But now as an adult, I just don't want to explain what a bubbler is.
Well, bubbler is what the actual thing is called on Kohler.
Well,
it was Kohler who like coined the bubbler.
Yeah, so
I think.
I was listening to an old episode of The Cabin, and they had this older podcast. I don't know if they're around anymore, but it was like almost like, like Drunken History, but it was like Drunken Wisconsin History.
Yeah.
There was a podcast that I think was by that name, and they had reached out to Kohler and asked
interesting.
them. And Kohler said, hey, we actually didn't.
Really?
Yeah. Kohler said, this is, of course, now I'm saying, he said that they said,
right.
He said that, she said that they said.
But they had reached out to Kohler, and basically Kohler was like, no, we didn't like coin that. But what was coined was bubbler is a part on the water fountain.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Because it bubbles up.
Yep. Yeah.
The water
so
bubbles.
what would happen is installers would go into places, usually in Milwaukee, I think is about where it kind of came about. They would go into places and say, hey, we have to fix the bubbler. And they're talking about the actual piece on the water fountain. Or we have to change
service it or something.
Yeah, we have to change out the bubbler. And so then it became a thing where everyone just called water fountains bubblers.
It must be a Milwaukee thing because that's another thing. People will be like, I'm in wherever, and it's not a bubbler. And so I'm like, well, maybe it's like definitely a bubbler at Milwaukee.
Definitely a southeastern Wisconsin
Yes.
thing for sure.
But I do think that bubbler really isn't said anywhere else.
I think Australia might randomly say, or like there's somewhere random like that
think I have
says
seen
it.
that.
it's a
too.
bubbler.
Yeah,
It's a bubbler.
Bubbler. That's so fun to say.
Another
It
one.
is fun to
Another
say.
one I say is or no.
Oh,
Or
I
no.
say that all the time.
Or yeah, or no, or
Yeah, and it's not or no. It's not O-R. It's
It's
E-R. Or no.
or no.
Do you want to come on the cabin or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that that's just because as Wisconsinites we're so Midwest nice that we
Yeah.
want to give an out.
Right.
Do you want to do this or no?
No worries
Yeah.
if not.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. I think
I
so
even
too.
say that in text to like Andrea sometimes. I'll be like, hey, can you help me with this? No worries if not, though.
Totally.
Totally understand
I say
it.
that too.
Another one is, let me sneak past you.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. There's so many different Wisconsin dialect phrases and words that are just so interesting
Yeah.
to me.
There's so many.
One that I don't use but has been popularized by people like Charlie Barron's is cripes.
I don't use that either.
I don't
Yeah.
say cripes
Mm-mm.
either. A lot of people are the same with oofda. Like,
I don't say oofta either.
I think that's kind of older generation.
Yeah, I
thing.
did learn oof and oofda are from Norwegian
Mhm.
descent,
Okay.
so that's kind of a Norwegian influence there.
Yes.
I'm trying to think, what are the other ones? Did we miss any of the other big ones?
I feel like
I wonder if
saying
oofta
this-
might be like pretty Minnesota-y because I always had like Wisconsin-y, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because that Midwestern mom, I don't know if you follow her,
Yeah.
she says oofta.
Yeah. A lot of people do say oofda, but I've never actually heard it used in a serious way, like
No.
oofda.
Yeah, no.
I'm more of like a, yeah, no. That's another one.
Oh, something
Yeah,
that I don't know if this is Wisconsin-y, but I've always said unthaw. I'm gonna unthaw the brats.
Oh, I think it is
Yeah.
a Wisconsin
yeah,
thing.
but it's obviously unthaw. You can't.
Doesn't make
unthaw
sense,
anything.
right.
You only thaw
Thaw.
something.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I've
annoying.
never thought about that.
Do you say unthaw?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you can't unthaw anything. You have to.
You have to thaw it.
It just doesn't. It feels wrong to say thaw. It feels like you want to say.
It's not complete.
Do you see my brain buffering right
Yeah.
now? I was like, wait, I have to really think about this. for a
That's like
second.
how so many people say, I could care less, but it's I
Oh.
couldn't care less.
That one.
I think
yeah.
I'm guilty of that one. Probably.
I was for a long time until I realized it, and then I
Yeah.
Well, what
changed.
I'm guilty of, and this is not a good quality, is whenever I hear someone say that, I want to correct them. But it's not cool to say. Well, actually, it's I couldn't care less.
You're the grammar
Right.
police.
Yeah.
You know-
Okay, Grammarly, free Grammarly over
I
here.
am like that too, though. Sam, my husband, will be like, Meg, just stop, because I correct. I'm comfortable with him. I'll correct
Yeah.
him, but I hear that a lot when people are like, "Oh, him and I did this." Well, it's he and I.
Yeah.
But I'm like biting my tongue because I don't want to be like, it's actually he.
The tricky one is when it goes, oh, they gave a gift to. They gave it. Let's say I'm talking about Megan and me. They gave the gift to Megan and me.
Yeah.
Where what sounds more normal is they gave the gift to Megan and I, but it's actually
They gave the gift to I.
But it'd
They
be-
gave the gift
yes.
To me, right.
But that's a tough one if you didn't learn it to then have to think ahead while you're saying
Right.
the words.
Right.
Yeah.
Mom, if you're listening to this, I hope you're proud of me. She's a reading specialist. So
She should be proud.
I'm
Yeah.
always correcting people over text. Steven will text me your or their
Oh.
spelled wrong. Oh, God, it drives me,
Me
so
too.
crazy.
But the thing is, it seems like we're all kind of on the same page, but a lot of people just don't care. It's not
No,
that.
they don't.
They just don't care. And that's okay.
They don't.
I don't
And
wanna hurt anyone's
we are the
feelings.
grammar and autocorrect police over here. So,
But if you gave us a
Yeah.
math problem, we'd
Oh,
no,
bring out the calculator.
bring out the calculator, bring out the AI tools that I need
Yes.
to use because
Yeah.
it's not getting
Mm-mm.
done.
Gavin, are you more of a spelling grammar person or a math person?
I'd like to think I'm multifaceted. However, definitely a grammar person. But like the I's and the he's and the hers versus like the hims, it's like I don't even notice it in conversation.
That's the
Ah,
thing.
so-
I probably don't really notice it when I'm just chatting. It's
Yeah.
just
Right.
when I say it myself, then I go, wait, I think they said that wrong. The Cabin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Counties Association, and this week we are featuring Burnett County. Burnett County is tucked in Wisconsin's scenic northwest corner and is an outdoor enthusiast dream. In the summer, you can spend your morning kayaking or fishing on Big Mackenzie Lake or the Yellow River, then explore miles of ATV, snowmobile, and biking trails through the towering pines. Winters. In the fall, expect unreal colors that you can't miss. And in the winter, it's classic Wisconsin, snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, and frozen lake adventures. Explore small towns like Siren, Grantsburg, and Danbury, home to supper clubs, local shops, and cozy Northwoods bars. And since you're all the way up there, you're only 1.5 hours away from the Twin Cities. There are over 500 pristine lakes and nearly 80 miles of the St. Croix National Scenic Riverway. A highlight in Burnett County, Burnett Dairy Cooperative. It's a farmer-owned cooperative just east of Grantsburg. For more, go to wicounties.org.
The Cabin is also brought to you by the WCA Group Health Trust. Serving local governments and school districts, the WCA Group Health Trust partners closely with members to fulfill their employee health benefit obligations in a fiscally responsible manner. Learn more at WCAGHT.org. Okay, we have some more Midwest debates.
Yeah, kick it off.
All right. I feel like this is a hot topic. What states are considered the Midwest?
Oh, there are 12 of them. Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, Kansas, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska. Did I say Iowa?
I think so, yeah.
Did you?
You
Yeah.
did not
No,
say
I didn't.
Iowa.
Okay,
Oh,
Iowa.
did-
So then I'm at 11. I have one more.
Did you say Wisconsin?
Did I? I didn't?
I don't
Okay,
think so.
that's there.
Well, there
12.
you go. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, Wisconsin.
I don't think I said Missouri.
Maybe
I think
you
that was
didn't.
it.
I
Honestly,
trying
that
to
was
think.
very impressive that you just did that off the top of
Okay,
your head.
it's because
Right.
I've had to, I've had to learn it. You
Yeah,
know, I
yeah.
need to know this stuff
Well,
if I'm
and
Midwest
in my
Meg.
mind, though, I don't consider all of those Midwest.
No, I don't either.
Mm-mm.
So
For
that's
me,
that's according to the U.S. Census Bureau.
yes,
Those
Yep.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Barron says that Kentucky is part of the Midwest.
I don't think so.
I don't think
I
so.
consider
They're
the Midwest
south.
anything around Wisconsin, and that's
Totally.
pretty much it.
I know. Is that very? It's super biased of us.
For
right.
sure.
But
And-
I'm like Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois,
Michigan.
Ohio. That's
I don't even know if I really
kinda
even think
lean.
Ohio when I
No.
think like the
I
core
I kinda loop
Midwest
them in
states.
I feel bad for people in Ohio.
Yeah.
you
I don't
know?
consider Ohio. It seems too east. I
Yeah.
definitely don't
Yeah.
consider the Dakotas, but I don't
No.
think
I
they
don't
consider
either.
themselves Midwest either.
No.
I don't really know what they would. I guess they technically are more Midwest than Wisconsin.
Okay, if
though.
you're
True.
from one of the Dakotas, can you let us know? Do you
Right.
think you're in the Midwest?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they want to be in the Midwest, then
Sure. Well, yeah, they can be
I
in
guess
our club.
we'll
Yeah.
let them keep what the U.S. Census says.
Says, yeah.
But it just doesn't. I feel like they seem more. They just seem.
They
Western.
seem West. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Which honestly, the West is cool. A lot of people,
Oh,
other
yeah.
than the Midwest, probably thinks that out West is cooler than the Midwest.
Well, that leads
Yeah.
me to this question: who is the best state fair between the two?
I've never been to the Minnesota State
I
Fair.
haven't either, but I hear really amazing
But
things.
I've heard it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't either. So we might not be. The
Maybe we have
people
to take a
discuss
road
this,
trip.
But it is like I
This
think
summer.
people
Yeah.
say that the Minnesota State Fair is way better.
I had a feeling that none of us had gone there, so I got some information on
Okay,
both.
good.
So the Minnesota State Fair was founded in 1859, the year after statehood was established, and it has grown to the largest state fair in the U.S. by daily attendance and the second largest overall behind Texas. Everything's
Oh.
bigger in Texas.
Yes.
Yep.
And then it became, the permanent home was established in 1885 in Falcon Heights, which is in between St. Paul and Minneapolis. And now it's a 12-day event and named the best state fair by USA Today in 2014 and 2025. So pretty recent. And then the Wisconsin State Fair, the first event was in 1851. Where was it?
Janesville.
Janesville, Wisconsin. And that was before Wisconsin achieved statehood. So we kind of started before Minnesota, but we drew between 13,000 and 18,000 people, which was the largest gathering in Wisconsin state's history at the time. And it was originally a 2-day event in October,
Oh,
which I think is really interesting.
that is
but
interesting.
It had 10-cent admission.
Oh my
Can you
gosh.
imagine that? Just give them a dime. But now it's 11 days in early August in West Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun event. And it used to have attractions such as a 200-pound squash and plowing competitions with horses and oxen. Kind of fun. Can you imagine seeing a 200-pound squash?
No.
Thing's probably huge.
I didn't know squash could get that big.
Me
I know
either.
they
didn't either.
Yeah, I mean, they do the big pumpkin
Yeah.
contest in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Because my
But
dad
squash.
used to be in on that.
Oh,
he would
yeah.
go these
Try to
huge
grow
Really?
pumpkins. It was so cute.
That's
So
cool.
how do you grow a pumpkin that big?
Just
lots of water, or
I'm not
what?
like the expert, but
Yeah.
there's kind of tricks to the pumpkin trade, I guess.
Are
Pumpkin
there different like
steroids.
breeds of pumpkins?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I
You have to
think
get the right
so.
ones. You have to get the
The
kind of the
big
magic
breed.
seeds. Like it's a whole thing.
I'm saying pumpkin steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta exist.
Okay, what's the appropriate distance to hold the door?
Oh,
This is a hard one for
I'm
me.
so bad with estimating distance too. Kind of going back to math, like it's not my.
I
Oh,
feel like I've kind of given up. Sort of. Like if someone's more than 10 steps away from me, I kind of just try to sneak in the door to do what I gotta do.
I feel like
But
maybe
if it's a young person, no, they're getting the door.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
themselves.
that's true.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
depends on the person behind
Yeah,
you.
if
I-
it's someone who's older than me, I'm
And
normally gonna hold the door.
I agree.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe that's ageist
when somebody,
and bad, but
I don't know, when someone holds the door for me and I have to speed up
Yeah,
yeah.
to get to the door so they can keep it open for me.
And why is that the most stressful thing ever? By the way,
a little like jog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. I kind of just think, hey, I can get the door.
It's
I
like a
know
little. Oh, sorry, coming.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, I know that's the
thank
very
you.
chivalrous thing to do, and we're losing chivalry
Yeah.
in these days. But I don't know if I have to like speed up to get to the door.
Yeah. I feel like maybe like a car length is how.
Yeah. I feel like that's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Well, the worst is when you hold the door, but then they're at that weird distance. So sometimes I'll just push it open a little bit, so then
Yeah.
it helps them at least.
Totally.
Yeah.
Which it's like you're probably really not helping them, but it feels like you are.
It's
Yeah.
the thought that counts,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm totally with you.
I yelled at a woman recently about holding the door, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
really?
Yes. I was going to UPS to return on Amazon, and I was like ahead of this woman who was a little older, and I realized that she wasn't that far behind me. So I was like, well, I'll open the door. And so I opened the door, and she walked in. As she was walking in, under her breath, she was like, "No, you just had to speed up to beat me to it or something." And I walked in and I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, you don't have to be rude." And she was like, "I didn't say anything." I was like, "Yeah, you did. I heard that under your breath, and I held the door for you, so you're welcome." I was like not in the mood for this lady today.
You're
her
like,
name was
Patty
Diana.
Meg is coming out
Yes,
today.
yes. And actually, the
Love
UPS
it.
people remember me. They'll be like, "You gonna yell at any old ladies today?" I'm like, "No, just that one time."
The thing is I am very nice out and about in public.
Mhm.
You would say I'm a very nice person.
Yeah, I don't think I am all the time.
But when I hear someone say something under their breath, it
Oh.
drives me crazy. It
it
brings out
takes everything in me.
it brings out another side of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will, because I always will say something then.
Mhm.
And I'll say it directly to them. It happened in an airport recently where I don't know, this man was really upset that I was playing. We had been in the airport for all day. It was a red-eye flight. We were playing cards, and this man said something under his breath. So I whipped around and I said, "Why didn't you just say that to my face?"
No, that's how I am.
Because I'm
Yeah.
like, if you have a problem, if we are taking up too much space, we probably didn't realize we were doing that. We had been here all day. We were delusional. Like we were just in this little corner playing cards. And if you're going to say something under your breath, please, if you would just say, "Oh, hey, could I put my bag there?" We'd be like, "Oh my gosh, sorry."
Right, of
Like,
course.
my bad. And we would move whatever was in the way. We obviously didn't realize we were taking up space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you say it under your breath, but you want to make sure it's loud enough for us to hear it.
Right.
What?
Well, and they're not expecting you to say anything back. So I feel like you
No.
got to kind of put them in their place
Because
a
they've
little.
probably gotten
Yeah.
away with it enough times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm totally the same way. I'm like, "Sorry, what'd you say?" And then they'll be like, "Oh, nothing." And I'm like, "No, you said," and then I'll say exactly what
Mhm.
they said. That's normally what I do. And
Mhm.
then they're like, get all beet red. And it's like, yeah, how about you don't?
Right.
I'll never start something,
No.
but I'll,
call someone out.
yeah.
I might.
Okay, this is a question. This is a very Midwest thing to do. Is an Irish goodbye okay to do?
I think so.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, me too.
Love
Gets you out
it.
of there real quick and you're just
Mhm.
gone.
But some
Yep.
people don't. They think it's disrespectful.
I can see that.
I can see
Kind of
it,
rude not saying goodbye.
But also, if I'm really tired and, good example, you're at a bar, you really have been wanting to leave for a while, but people just keep talking to you.
If you have an
I'm Irish
out, take
goodbying.
it. Yeah.
I'm Irish goodbying. At the company retreat, a great example. I told you and two others that I was Irish goodbying and not to tell anyone. Well, when I did it, they're like, "Megan, you can't leave yet." I'm like, You ruined my whole plan.
I mean, if you're going to Irish goodbye anything, it's going to be a company retreat.
Right. I got to get back to my room and go to bed. I have to watch Bravo before bed.
Yeah, I love an Irish goodbye. I recently had a friend point out that I didn't say goodbye after this event, and it really struck me as, I'm surprised that would hurt
Bother
your feelings.
you?
Yeah. So it did make me rethink it, but I don't know. I like to dip out because otherwise, if you say goodbye to one person,
then it becomes a whole thing,
and then you're gonna get stuck doing the Midwest goodbye.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Any other quirky Wisconsin things that you've discovered in your videos, or?
Oh my gosh.
Otherwise, we can do. Megan prepared a little game.
Well, I just have some Wisconsin headlines, which are kind of fun. But we also have another game that we could play, a Midwest saying or song lyric, so we can take a vote. What we want to do.
We should do the headlines.
The headlines?
Because I don't know them. So
Okay.
you're going to say a Midwest or Wisconsin headline, and we're going to decide if it's real.
No, but they are all real. I just want reactions to it.
Okay, well,
they're kind of cool. I thought that it would be fun to just kind of talk about them. But the first one's the most recent, and I think it's really awesome. But an 11-year-old from Waukesha performed alongside Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh.
Wow, that's really
so
cool.
His name's Jay Ramos Rivera, and he was paying tribute to his Puerto Rican heritage with a message on Instagram when he announced, he's like, this is for my people. And he's such a young kid, and he's in a performing arts program in Lake Country. And I just thought it was so awesome that someone from Wisconsin was able to be a part of that.
So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, he wasn't the grass, right?
No, he was a dancer. He was a dancer.
Well, it's funny because I watched the Olympics opening ceremony, and then I watched the halftime performance, and there's so many extras that were in the Olympics. They were like tea kettles and like fully like all purple. You can't tell who they are. And then
not grass.
Then in the Super Bowl halftime, there was a lot of people that were just grass.
No, I kind of thought that was really funny. Yeah, people, because I was like, wait, is that a head in there?
Yeah.
Do you think those grass people were like bragging, like, I was in the Super Bowl halftime show? Like, what were you? Grass.
Yeah.
To be fair, I probably would have bragged if I was grass.
Yeah. I remember one time, that happens all the time. I booked like an extra gig on some TV show, and then I was like an alien out in a field, and I was dancing.
What show?
Yeah, can we watch this episode?
It was like a Discovery ID show where it was a reenactment of a real story.
Oh my god!
Yeah, this
real
was a
story
long,
with aliens.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. It was like an alien sighting. This was a long time ago when I was acting in New York, and I remember I was in this alien costume dancing in a field, and I remember just thinking, "What am I doing with my life?"
That is
being an
hilarious.
So,
but yeah, how cool that a
super
little
cool
middle schooler from Wisconsin got to do that.
Cute.
The next one, and we kind of touched on this in a previous episode, but I got some more information on it. 26-year-old Genevieve Hayward earns a golden ticket to Hollywood on American Idol. She graduated in 2017 from Badger High School in Lake Geneva, and she has this pickle obsession. So when she went, her whole team was wearing pickle shirts.
Pickle, like the food.
Pickle, like the food. So now she's known by the judges on American Idol as Pickle Girl. So they all know her as Pickle Girl. They're like, how do you feel about it? She's like, I mean, I'm going to own it. But she's performed at Summerfest and opened for artists including Gail and Ethel Cain. And Hollywood Week starts this week, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So you can check her out on American Idol. But that's another really cool thing that's happening in Wisconsin.
That is super cool.
Do you have any special talents? Singing, dancing?
I wish I could sing. I think singing is like the coolest talent. But no. I can't sing or dance. No.
I mean, you know me.
Megan is actually, someday we'll hear it, but she's actually like a trained singer.
Yeah.
You're a singer?
Yeah. Which actually kind of leads me to my next headline, because it was at the school that I almost went to for music, but then decided I liked Carthage College better because of the lake. But 2 Lawrence University professors, Michael Clayville and Aaron Lesser, won Grammy Awards as members of ensemble Alarmal Sound, and they won the Grammy for Best Chamber Music / Small Ensemble Performance.
Why don't you just give us a little?
Ooh. Yeah, sing.
Like
let's
what?
Hear
it. It'd be loud, and I'm not warm.
Just like a little like a happy birthday or something.
No, I'll give you like a maybe at the end.
Okay,
at the end.
Okay.
I gotta be in the mood.
A little outro.
Yeah, a little outro music. Those are the headlines I have, though. Kind of fun.
Yeah, I saw a headline. This is kind of old news now, but it still applies to this time. A few weeks ago, the groundhog saw, 6 more weeks of winter?
You know what? I hate that groundhog.
Pennsatucky Phil.
Yeah.
Although there's a, I think it's a Madison or some prairie or something groundhog. Now I can't remember his name.
There is another groundhog in Wisconsin.
Yes, and he saw the good thing, so where it's less winter.
Yeah.
Wait,
well,
really?
did you know that at the Milwaukee Zoo, they do it with the rhino? To see
Oh.
if the rhino sees his shadow or not.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Wait, I don't get it. How do you... I've never even watched a groundhog ceremony, but what does that mean? Do they see their shadow or not?
Well, because if they see their shadow, there's 6 more weeks of winter. If they don't, it's...
early spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Pennsatucky Phil, who I think is like the official groundhog, saw his shadow.
So do they put him out and then the sun's...
Okay, so
Is that... Wait, am I saying that right?
It's Puxtatani.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking his name. What's that? But is it if it sees it... Am I getting it right, though?
Yes.
If it sees his shadow?
it's 6 more weeks of winter.
Okay.
Well, I think we should do our little game. We have in our last minutes here. So we're going to show you a picture.
Okay.
So for our audio listeners, this could be a little confusing, but if you answer quickly, you can kind of visualize it in your head.
Okay.
Basically, we're going to show you a picture, and there's several words that people use to describe what we're showing you.
And I say what I
What
call
you
it.
call it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
All
so
right.
I'm going to show the camera first so they can see.
soda.
The infamous soda pop
It's
debate.
not pop. It
Do
is
you
soda.
find from your videos, are there a lot of people that do call it pop in Wisconsin?
You know what's so funny? That's actually on my list right now to make one soon and like just have because I started making in reels on Instagram. You can make polls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to do that with like what do people call it? But I think most Wisconsinites say soda.
Yeah,
or
I think
soda pop. They say it together.
I think pop is more of a Minnesota thing.
And Illinois.
Illinois for sure.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Gavin, you can also chime in on what you say in case there's any differences.
Soda.
Right.
Yeah,
They say
yeah.
soda.
Okay, great. Next one.
This one, we've got some controversy with previous guests. Billy Deuce, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a roundabout.
It's a roundabout.
But there's people that say rotary circles,
Yeah.
traffic circles.
When
I did a video on this.
when we had somebody in from Boston area,
Yeah.
he said rotary, and Megan and I had never heard rotary.
I lost my mind.
I had it before. The only reason I knew that is because someone months ago messaged me to make a video on it because they called it a rotary.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's how
So
I knew that there's
interesting.
different names for it.
This is also not very Wisconsin-y, but
I
just
was kind of
curious.
confused when you sent me this one.
Well, some of them aren't. They were supposed to go in order of very Wisconsin-y to just like people call them different things.
Yeah.
I call that a remote, but clicker is the Wisconsin term for it.
Oh.
A
Would
lot
you
of people
disagree?
just call it a controller, too.
I say remote.
I say remote. Gavin.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Remote.
But
Clicker.
people do say clicker.
Oh, yeah.
I
So
feel
that's
like my
a-
grandpa actually calls it a clicker, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
This one- Yeah.
This is a hot topic right here.
Oh, bag toss or bags.
See, I go back and forth
Cornhole.
Do you call
cornhole
it cornhole?
and bags. And I think I doubt myself every time I'm going to call it one.
yeah.
It's like you almost want to know what the people you're with call it, so then you can
Right.
say that. Like,
Yes.
like oh, they
Yeah.
call it cornhole. Yeah, cornhole.
Yeah.
You know, like-
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I feel kind of dumb saying cornhole.
I do too. Why?
I don't know. It's something about it makes me embarrassed.
No, same. Same. I
Why is it called? What is like? I get there's a
Cornhole,
hole,
because
but
inside
there's
of the
corn
bags,
in the.
it's corn. Yeah,
Mm.
cornhole, there's something about it that's a little icky.
yeah
And
I agree.
Gavin is shaking his head
For
as
sure.
well. He's
My
agreeing.
dad has made many a joke about cornhole for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it like a little?
I don't
kinda-
think it's like that, but I think you could make it like
You
that
could
for
make it
sure.
like that.
Okay, because maybe it's like the whole. Yeah, like anytime.
Something.
I
yuck.
think I tend to want to call it cornhole, but I wait until someone else says it first.
Yeah, and
Let
then
us
you know
what
if it's
you
safe
call
or
it.
not.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. I always just call it bags. Here's a good one.
Casserole. Minnesota calls it a hot dish.
It's a casserole.
It's a casserole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, it's a casserole.
Gavin.
For
It
sure.
is.
Yeah.
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 For sure, casserole.
Also, Minnesota like is big into tater tot hot dish. Because I've had a lot of
Tater
people
tot
like, do you call it
casserole.
tater tot casserole? I'm like, well, yeah, but like I don't feel like that's like I've heard of. I've probably had it, but like it's not like every
Yeah.
family party there's tater tot. At least for me.
Yeah.
Right. Because I feel like you could also consider a pot pie a casserole. Technically.
Yeah,
Like, what constitutes a casserole being a casserole?
beats me.
This is a whole podcast episode on that.
Oh,
All
we already
right,
did this one.
We
Yeah.
did this one.
Oh, it's a bubbler to me.
It's a bubbler to me.
I say water fountain, but I respect calling it a bubbler.
For sure, bubbler.
My so my family's from Illinois. I'm born and raised Wisconsin, but like when I was little, my family called it I don't know if they called it a water fountain or a drinking fountain. So that's what I called it. But then at school, people would call it a bubbler. So like to like fit in, you know, I didn't want to sound like a weirdo. So I started calling it a bubbler, and now there's no turning back.
I kind of feel bad. I used to call it a bubbler, and then I grew up and I called it a water fountain.
Well, you should switch back.
Yeah, I feel like I'm leaving my, like, what? Because I want to be cool as an adult? Like, I should just go back to bubbler.
Well, here's my debate is that a water fountain is what's
like
outside.
decorative. Yeah.
A drinking fountain
Makes
I can
sense.
understand.
Yes.
You can't call it a water fountain.
No, I don't like the
Those
water.
are the fancy things.
Right, it's in a park.
In Rome, Italy. This one I think is a really fun one. I'm curious what you guys call them.
I've done a video on this. I would call those sprinkles, but some people say jimmies. But jimmies are technically the brown ones.
Oh.
And I made a video about the history of jimmies. And now I can't, it was a few months ago.
Yeah. Did it have to do with a guy named Jimmy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was not a Midwestern place. It was some candy factory, and it's something, I'll have to refresh my memory. But yes, it had to do with a guy named Jim.
I call them Jimmies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I do. Because whenever I was younger, I felt like I had to get them on my Culver's Sundays because I don't know why.
Does Culver's call them Jimmies?
Yeah. And they were the Culver's colors too. I think they still are. So I would always get Jimmies. I don't even really like them, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, they don't really add much.
They kind of taste like chalk.
Yeah. Weird texture to me.
Yeah. Gavin, what do you call these?
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
Yeah.
Sprinkles.
Okay. That's
all right.
That's that game.
That's all we got. Well,
I think that was so fun.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, Megan, you can sing now.
We do have to. Sorry if that blew your ears out.
No, it probably peaked. It probably made the mic so hot.
Well, yeah, we gotta probably wrap it up. Anything like coming up? Like, how should people follow you?
I'm on Instagram, Midwest Meg _ because Midwest Meg by itself was taken, which I'm thrilled about. But I don't really have anything coming up.
Just more videos, yeah.
Just more videos and some partnerships probably.
Yeah.
I'm talking to people about. So
you got to do something really cool when Song Sung Blue came to Milwaukee. You got to do a big interview, right?
Yeah, I interviewed Hugh Jackman, which was super cool. Why are you shaking your head, Gavin?
I'm just so jealous.
Oh, yeah?
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, he was so nice.
Yeah.
That was kind of my... Because I was like, what am I going to ask him? They just said, don't ask anything personal, which not that I would anyways. But I'm like, well, everyone's going to ask him about the movie. And Sam, my husband, was like, why don't you ask him about like just different things we say here? And I was like, well, I kind of like that idea, but I'm going to do town names.
Yeah.
But when I was doing it, I thought... in my head, I was like, this is going horribly because he was getting them pretty close. And like when you're doing that, you almost want them to say it wrong.
Yeah,
so you can be like, no, it's Kakana, you know, or like whatever. But I was like, oh, this is a disaster. But then I don't know.
It turned out really
fine.
well. Yeah. Andrea and I have done that at a Packer game before too. And we kind of felt the same way of like, wait, why are they actually kind of doing
it right? Yeah. Like you want them to fail.
Yeah.
Because that's the fun of it.
I know. I think, we've tried that idea before and it just like didn't, like flopped. So we didn't even, because we're like, wait.
Yeah.
I guess if you can read like words, like maybe it's not as hard as we think.
Yeah, maybe
we're
not.
like, we're going to get them now.
But like Oconomowoc, like people should
that one's hard.
stumble with that.
Yeah, they should. He got that right? He's pretty close.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I had like 12 written down. I think we did like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I think he actually would have kept going. But I was like, this is awful. We need to end this. Like, we're not good to doing this. But
it sounded cool with his accent too, hearing the different ways that he was saying.
Well, it's funny because one of the words, was it McGuanago or something? And he said it and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's right. We don't have the Australian accent, but that's right. And he's like, well, how do you say it? And I'm like, like just how he said it, but it's not the pronunciation. It was like his dialect, you know, like so. But
that's such a cool experience. I wish we would have known how to do that. That would have been awesome. Oh my gosh. Well,
thank you for coming in.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was the best. Here. All right, Cabin listeners, that's all we have for you today. Be sure to go check out Meg's stuff. She's awesome. She's so funny. Does a lot of cool stuff on her page. But until next time, we'll see ya. Bye.
Represent your love for exploring Wisconsin everywhere you go. Shop Discover Wisconsin is loaded with apparel, drinkware, accessories, and gifts inspired by your favorite places and adventures. Whether you're stocking up for yourself or grabbing something for a friend, there's always something new to discover. Start shopping at shopdiscoverwisconsin.com and use the code CABIN15 for 15% off your entire order.
All right, we are back with another behind-the-scenes look at an upcoming Discover Wisconsin episode. This one was in Rhinelander, which Andrea hosted. Tell us a little bit about it.
I love Rhinelander. So I got to go up there and film. I feel like Rhinelander is the start of the Northwoods. We always discuss where do the Northwoods start, and I really do think Rhinelander. I like to make it higher than other people. Some people are like, Wausau's the Northwoods. I'm like, I feel like I really feel it when I'm there. But this one is called Rhinelander, It's Legendary, and it's streaming on YouTube at 4 p.m. on February 18th, airing on local TV Saturday, February 21st and the 22nd. And so we really covered just a lot of different facets of Rhinelander. I mean, you have a really cool live music scene there. Throughout the year, there's gonna be a lot of bars that have live music. They have music at Hodag Park. They have the Hodag Country Fest. There's a lot of cool music and arts going on in Rhinelander. Yeah. And then food-wise, I mean, you have CT's Deli. You've got good pizza spots. If you listen to The Cabin, you know Josh is always kind of hyping up Rhinelander and the food scene. And then also, I think it's cool because you have this kind of folksy, historic vibe with the Hodag.
Yeah, did you guys cover the Hodag and the story of it and everything?
We cover a bit of the history and, you know, is it real, is it not real? Kind of leave that on a cliffhanger. And then we did the Hodag tour. So you can go around the city of Rhinelander and check out all these cute painted Hodags. And I think it's adorable.
I'm excited to see it. For the description, for those of you who want it, it's not every town can claim to be the home of a legend, but Rhinelander wears that title proudly. In this Discover Wisconsin episode, we follow the trail of the Hodag, the mythical beast that's become a symbol of the city's creativity and charm. Along the way, we uncover everything else that makes Rhinelander remarkable, including sublime natural beauty, a thriving art scene, year-round outdoor fun, and a community that welcomes visitors like family. From history and heritage at Pioneer Park to lakeside campfires and concerts beneath the pines, Rhinelander proves that legends aren't made, they're experienced. Very intriguing. And this episode was created in partnership with the Rhinelander Area Chamber of Commerce. So big thank you to them for making this happen. Yeah. And I'm excited to see the episode.
It's a lot of fun. We cover a lot, so check it out this week. See you next time.
See ya. Today's episode of The Cabin was hosted by Andrea Belke and Megan Christian and produced by Andrea Belke. Audio engineering and video teasers by Nick Cardarella and Megan Christian, with social media by Megan Christian. Production support by Gavin McLean. The Cabin is a production brought to you by Discover MediaWorks. To learn more, head to discovermediaworks.com and don't forget to leave a review.